What is up, guys? Hopefully, it's just going to take me a second to kind of get all this together. So, just give me a quick one. Like I said, I just want to make sure this is all good for everything today. Hopefully, everybody's doing well, though. Hopefully, everybody's ready for this. It's been kind of a crazy morning, but nothing too insane. I do not want that to double. This is just testing to make sure it's actually going to look good on your side. So hopefully you can actually see it on the screen. Hey, there we go. We live on Kick. Just going to check everything real quick. Appreciate y'all giving me a quick second. Not that you guys really have a choice, but still. God, I can't wait to get... I don't think I can do Twitter. Regardless, let's get YouTube's chat up, and then let's get this. Oh. God, I can't wait to get... Oh, there we go. Pop out chat. Hopefully it all shows up. Okay, sweet. All of the chats are linked. Hopefully you guys are ready. Welcome to Roll Coverage. It is Monday morning, 9 a.m. Obviously, we are ready for this one. My name is Nick, host of Roll Coverage, a place that I started because I want to talk about sports for sports freaking sake. I don't need a reason to talk about sports. Let me get some personal music off of here. I'm excited for it. Are you guys excited for this week? I sure as hell am. Obviously now, wrong side, I can see chats. This is super awesome. If you are seeing it on vertical, I'm seeing it a little bit above my head. But regardless, I am excited for today. Obviously today, I'm going to start a little bit on the Carolina Panthers. We're going to move quickly into a tier list. I want to make a decision on who the best quarterbacks in the NFL draft are. One of the other things I'd also love to discuss is my philosophy on building NFL teams. In my opinion, that more NFL teams are failing quarterbacks than they are helping quarterbacks succeed at the next level. Obviously, we got a lot to get into. It's a 2-hour live stream today, so I'm going to be doing a bunch of different stuff. I might even hop into an ESPN live fantasy draft, and if so, that'll be towards the end. Hopefully, you guys are ready. Again, like, comment, share, always free. Cannot thank you guys enough. I don't think I can link Twitter chat just in case. Let's try. You know what? Let me try. Just because I said it. You know what? Smash accept fantasy. There we go. It's just me in here. Nobody's gonna want to. Oh wow! Does it really look like that? Obviously, we got a lot. Nope, don't want that. I'm trying to see if maybe I could like pop out the chat, but. Pop out chat. There we go. Will it let me do anything on this? Whatever. Let's give it a quick second. As well. Okay, now let me see if that showed up on screen, because if that showed up, we are in business. It didn't show me the message. Did I cut the bottom off or something? I don't know. Maybe it's just not going to show me my own messages. But yep, we are live on all four. Well, I'm super excited. First thing I want to do is look at this Carolina Panthers roster. Obviously, when we go to look at the quarterback position, Bryce Young is coming off of a rebounding second half of his second season. Still very much behind in my Daniel Jones index rankings. He was actually tied for one of the worst quarterbacks last year, so that obviously says something. Looking at his stats year over year, obviously Bryce was benched in the middle of the 2024 season, so he's not going to get that 16 starts for the second one, but he does increase completion percentage, average. It definitely increases his touchdown and, of course, lowers that interception down a little bit. Took less than half the sacks, but only increased his passer rating by about 9. So I actually have a thought. If that's the case and he only increased it by 9, somebody who just recently got a new and increased offensive line is Joe Burrow. Now, he went from... I need to go look directly at Joe Burrow. Here we go. Stats. So 2024 was supposed to be the improved offensive line, and he went up almost 20 points. right? Yeah, almost 20 points. That is quite. Oh wait, that's that rating. Okay, yeah. QBR also shot up 20 points, whereas QBR did shoot up 20 points. You know what? I'm nitpicking then. I'm nitpicking. I was trying to see if maybe there was a more increased amount with the Joe Burrow improved offensive line, but not here. Moving into this, obviously rushing, he is very elusive. Those 6 touchdowns do make his numbers seem a little bit higher than they probably should be. In my opinion, even though I am a Bryce Young advocate, if you don't think I'm a Bryce Young fan, you know what? This is just some of the stuff I'm getting ready to go through, send away. I want to get some stuff priced out. I want to start sending some stuff away for grading, but this is just a basic stack of my Bryce Young cards. Like, not saying that they're base cards. I mean, they're purple shocks, they're gold rookies, red shocks. I mean, I got some number Bryce Youngs. I got some signature Bryce Youngs. I got some interesting ones in here. Some NFL debut green Bryce Youngs. Nothing insane, I would say. Oh, there we go. Select Alabama Bryce Young. That's a pretty sweet one right there. Regardless, got these ones. Got a few others as well. Even had to kind of go crazy and get the graded ones. So I'm definitely in on Bryce Young. I'm also in on Xavier Legette. I do think I'm out on a few of our other players. But when it comes to the quarterback position, I feel confident moving forwards with Bryce Young. The reason why I feel confident moving forward with Bryce Young, and if you're an advocate of him, hey, what's up, SC Panthers boy? What's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you coming over on YouTube. Bryce Young is in a interesting place, if I'm going to be honest with you. Bryce Young is the starting quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, and in my opinion, we should not challenge him until we're about to make that 5th-year decision. Now, obviously, this is the first year where we can actually offer Bryce Young an extension. After this season, he is eligible extension where we could probably get him at about $40 to $50 million a year. Now, it might sound a little odd to be paying him so early, given the first 2 seasons of lull. I mean, are you really going to go in 2026, 2027, immediately draft a quarterback and let Bryce walk? Are you going to put him as a backup quarterback? Is that experiment over? I don't think that's the way we should go. Now, if Tepper is involved in that decision, I do think that will be something that is going to be explored next year if we are not a playoff/division winner. I do think that there is an opportunity for us to win the division and obviously not make it very far in the playoffs. We could end up against an insanely ready team when we are maybe not there yet. I do obviously notice we've got a little bit of issues in the linebacker room. Actually, I didn't move this over, so you guys can't even see it. There we go. For the people that were watching full screen, there we go. Bryce Young is finally on the screen. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. But yeah, the team I feel like is set up for next year. The reason why I say that is because if you look at our running back room, quarterback room, tight end, and wide receiver, we are built for a different kind of football. The Dave Canales ideal comes from Pete Carroll. And if you haven't checked out my 7-part series of who is Dave Canales on top of who is Brant Tillis and who is Dan Morgan, you need to go over there and do that, because that's where I discovered what Dave Canales' mindset was going to be, and it comes directly from Pete Carroll. He wants to run the ball. What else does he want to do? He wants to play defense. Obviously, coming from the Bucs system for 1 year didn't really change a whole lot. Offense was still out there humming. They had guys like Mike Evans, who I do truly believe is a good prototype player for our new wide receiver 1 in Carolina, and Tetaroa Nalo McMillan. Obviously, it's much easier to say Nalo, so I'll continue to use that. But overall, I just think that there is a lot of opportunity here for us to not invest a ton in Bryce with the intention that after this year, we're going to pay him. It may sound stupid. Hey, let him play out his 5th-year option. Let him do all that stuff. Technically, he's going into his 3rd year. Next year would be the 4th. But since he's eligible extension now, this should be the moment where David Tepper is deciding on the future of this team. Rather than letting him become, say, an example of him being overpaid, like a Dak Prescott for Dallas. Dallas went out, waited, ended up having to pay him $60 million a year. Now, obviously, we're looking at the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys are considerably behind where they should be given their talent level. Whereas the Carolina Panthers still have that rookie contract, which so many people are going after. The Houston Texans, the Commanders. I mean, to be honest, even the Giants with Jackson Dart this year, Cam Moore with the Titans. There's so many teams that are just kind of riding out this rookie contract with the intention of trying to build and win now. I do not think that is the avenue for the Carolina Panthers, given where they are currently standing. The reason why I say that, when we come over here, let me put this back on my main screen. Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dowdle, Trevor Etienne, and Jonathan Brooks. I made a video about this the other day where he meaning Dan Morgan and Dave Canales both, excuse me while I get this quick sip of coffee, both were speaking about Chuba and Rico and described them as war daddies. Bigger, thicker guys. They're going to be able to take the ball and run. What does Travis Etienne do? Bigger, thicker guy, runs the ball. Still elusive, though. Still got some speed. Hold on. Did I put... Oh, I thought I left something on I thought the oven was on for a brief moment. I was like, oh my God, what am I hearing? That's not what I'm hearing. So, obviously, the War Daddies thing. These two are prepared to win this year. And by win, I mean winning a contract, winning a long-term extension, especially for Rico Dowdle. I believe we have Chuba till 2029, 2030, something like that. I think it's got like a 3 or 4 year deal. I think this year it's 3 now. So with that, Chuba is not a part of the long-term plan unless we're going to win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years, which unfortunately I think might be a bit of a long stretch, as much as I hate to say that. So for that reason, this year, they're going to lean heavily on the run game, and these 3 are going to be the main players of that. Now, obviously, when you look at the wide receiver room, the wide receiver room is exactly what I would thought it be, barring one change. I mean, really 2, but regardless, I'll get to the wide receivers in a second. My thought process is these 3 are going to run it this year in order to go out there and limit the opportunity for other teams to blow us out, giving Bryce Young the opportunity to continue to utilize play action, the run game, and ball protection, which seems to be a Dave Canales staple, and move that into a place where we are winning consistently at least 8 games. If we come out of it this year with 8 wins, miss the playoffs, which is my prediction, then I am happy. I am happy getting second in this division after being 4th for so long, 3rd for so long. I'm happy finishing on the cusp. If we lose to somebody in the division, it's going to be a Bucs or a Falcons, and it'll be by a 1 game or a head-to-head matchup that separated the division winner or something stupid like that, like the division always happens. Now, moving into 2026, I do think that obviously the running back room changes. I do not think we extend Dowdle. I think it moves forwards with Chuba, Brooks, Etienne. The minute Brooks can physically move past Chuba will be where Chuba immediately becomes a running back 2 on his team and probably cannot take the role back. So that's something that people may not love, as my opinion, but I do think that is the future. I do think the future is Jonathan Brooks, Chuba/Trevor as the running back 2. Obviously, again, shortens fields, saves out a lot of time off the clock, gives us the opportunity to shorten games, and gives us the opportunity to maybe squeeze out 1 or 2 of those wins that we maybe didn't deserve or don't deserve in the moment. Obviously, a lot of teams win some close battles. So for that reason, I'm obviously really hoping that that's our identity. Defense, run game. Because obviously we've got a great offensive line. We paid a bunch of guys. We have a system that favors running behind guards, which is why we went with Lewis and Hunt. I still don't love the center. I still don't love the long-term tackle solution, given that Taylor Moton's 30 and Ickham was still a bit of up in the air when it came to buy-in from not only Carolina Panthers players, but NFL executives and others. We obviously pick up the 5th-year option. He is a left tackle, so a big need with Bryce. Obviously, he gets blasted from behind. I'd be concerned. I feel like a big problem that, again, we did not address is the offensive line. We're continuing to just hope and pray that Hunt and Lewis really stay up. Whereas if you were to take this and swap Chandler Zavala for Robert Hunt, that right side is where they're going to start rushing and they're going to come in hard. If it's Damian Lewis, same thing. You're going to put Zavala up there, and then they're going to start coming hard at that side. And I think that might expose Ickham even more. Moving back to the wide receivers, though, my official prediction for the wide receiver room was Nalo McMillan is number 1. Xavier Legette is number 2. My number 3 was Jalen Coker. My number 4 was whatever veteran we had, whether or not it's Adam Thielen or Hunter Renfrow. I do think that with the Hunter Renfrow acquisition, if he's going to make the team, it will be in either a later capacity, meaning wide receiver 4, 5, or 6. And I do believe it'll be in more of a veteran mentorship role, akin to what Thielen did. Thielen will most likely get traded, in my opinion. I think him and Clowney will both not be on the team when it comes to the trade deadline. I know that that's still a bit away, but it does lend credence to the idea that oops, sorry. My wife texted me and everything so early. Oh, jeez. Okay. Sorry, I got to call a doctor later, apparently. Okay. So that's my opinion on the wide receiver room. I do think a veteran stays with this team. Whether or not it's Adam Thielen or Hunter Renfrow, I don't care. I do personally do not want David Moore on this team again. I don't care what anybody says. I do not give a fuck if they were friends in Seattle with McCandless. I don't care about any of those things, but this guy right here, Adam Thielen, needs to go somewhere. This guy's got to go somewhere, but before anybody does, I want David Moore's ass gone. The reason why, really, if you really want to get into it with me, is because I do think Jimmy Horn Jr. should make this team. And the other person who I think should make this team is undrafted free agent Moose Muhammad, obviously child of former Panther great Mushin Muhammad. I've got his card somewhere around here. Just a base, though. I didn't get it signed or anything. I love the opportunity for the wide receiver room. I do think Nalo is going to be amazing. I think Xavier could finally take a step forwards, even though I've been very critical of him. Again, 49 for 84 for 497 isn't the greatest, but it could also be a lot worse. We obviously remember Jonathan Mingo from 2023. I really hope that this is not a normal staple for him, meaning the 50 receptions for, 500 yards essentially. I don't know. I need the buy-in. Again, like I've told everybody, I was apparently very critical of Xavier Legette for not wanting to reach out to Nalo pending the draft. He apparently wants to have the conversation head-to-head. I really feel like that was a stupid thing to say, because if he was just like, yep, absolutely, I'm going to call him, all that other stuff, it's a nothing burger. But the fact that you're like, oh, I want to wait, I'd rather go to the Kentucky Derby and all this other stuff before I have that conversation. That's kind of what rubbed me the wrong way. Obviously, he's reached out to him on Twitter. Shout out to the person that found that tweet. He did reach out to him once he was drafted and say, hey, congratulations and everything like that. But no formal conversations have been had. So for that reason, obviously, I'll take a little bit on the chin for it. But I do think Xavier needs to focus a bit more on football. It does seem like he's enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. Enjoy it. You are a Carolina Panther now. You're from Carolina. There's so much to do. Obviously, Kentucky Derby is the right time to do it. It's the offseason. I shouldn't be criticizing as much. I just really don't want an excuse for this 2025 season as to why this team doesn't do something. Because if we get to the season and we have a 5-win team, they're going to go back to the Kentucky Derby and they're going to say, look at what Xavier did. He wasn't focused on football. That's why Bryce Young isn't it and all this other stuff. That's what starts the narrative. Oh my God, they went out on this top wide receiver and see he isn't anything because he went to Carolina. There's such a quick way to turn it from a positive, he's just enjoying the offseason, to this is the reason why the team didn't function right. This is, oh my God, he didn't solve the drops. He shouldn't have been running with horses and stuff. Like that's what it's going to be. I understand that that's maybe not where it should be, but that's my first thought process too. Why are we allowing this outside noise to cloud the future? Bryce, when he came to the Panthers, immediately started, ingratiated himself in not only the team, but the community, and that is what we wanted from a buy-in of a quarterback. One of my criticisms of Bryce actually is that he immediately buys into stuff. He's the on-paper perfect quarterback. Man, he has the intangibles. He's got fantastic accuracy, solid feet in the pocket, incredibly smart, the whole S2 score controversy. So there's a lot to say about Bryce, but it's the other guys that still need to complete the catch. It's the other guys that need to get the yards after catch or yak. There's so much more that goes into it, and especially now that so many people are calling out Xavier, mainly our former Panther, Steve Smith Sr., calling Xavier Legette a possession receiver. When he's jumping up to catch them, straighten his body and everything like that, he's not jumping up to catch it to then try and make it downfield. He's trying to just secure the ball, and he's still failing at it. So I do think that that's something we need to work at moving forwards. My final discussion about the offense is obviously the tight end room. I do think that Jordan Matthews could make the team, but with Mitchell Evans being drafted, I do believe he's going to quickly leapfrog Jatavian Sanders due to the 11 personnel that we run. If we were running 12 personnel where we are running 2 tight ends, I could see a scenario where both Mitchell Evans and Jatavian Sanders are on the field. More Mitchell Evans being a blocker, but obviously that telegraphs big time that Jatavian Sanders is on the field. He's a much bigger receiving threat than he is blocking. They're going to put a pass rusher on him or something like that to try and force him to sit in blocks. This way he can't catch. I don't love that. I do think Mitchell Evans is a better blocker. I think he's closer to a Colston Loveland or a Tyler Warren than even Tommy Tremble is. Jatavian Sanders still has a long time to go, and to be honest, right now it's not looking like the greatest to pick. I thought Sanders could be absolutely amazing. Again, another card that I heavily invested in, got a few of his signature cards. I love him, but maybe he isn't. The Panthers fans are going to hate this. Maybe Jatavian Sanders is our Kyle Pitts. Okay, I said it. I know it might rub people the wrong way. I know it might not be the right thing to say, but at the same time, maybe it's the correct evaluation. I know a whole lot of people are going to hate that I said that, but it is what it is, man. Moving on. Oh, see, look, it never brought my Twitter thing. That's weird. See, I put live on Twitter and it didn't put it on there. Oh, well. So yeah, obviously, I think the offense is poised to win games, poised to win close games, poised to win more games than Dave Canales won last year, for damn sure. But at the same time, this defense is the one that I think a lot of people are sleeping on, and that's the part that I want to get to right before we do this NFL tiers. I got them already ready over here. I'm going to be ranking every NFL team's quarterback situation versus each other and where I think they're going to end up. And you know what? I might even do a division winner as well. You know what? It's May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, so might as well. Shout out my wife who is still texting me. Also, how's everybody doing today? It's getting ready to rain here. That's why it's so dark. I thought about putting the light on above, but then it makes everything behind me so bright. By the way, again, shout out SC's Panther Boy 803. I appreciate anybody coming by. I really do this for me. It's cathartic for what I do. I help my wife run a small on-the-side company. My wife also has a medical condition, so I'm helping out with a ton of different things. This is a way for me to vent all the immense amount of sports knowledge that I consume every day. I'm going to be honest with you. I probably consume more than 10 hours of total sports content every day. Whether or not it's podcasts, whether or not it's sitting down and reading a book. In fact, I'm reading through a book by Andrew. Is it Andrew Barry? Matthew Barry, the fantasy football guy. So there's so much opportunity for us to go out there and learn. I was truly inspired by Bill Belichick years ago when he announced that he was donating his football catalog to the Navy library. And I thought that was really awesome. All football books, all coming from him. If I can absorb any of that knowledge, I'll take it. This side of the ball worries me big time for a bunch of different reasons. One, I like our defensive ends. Derek Brown, LeBron Ray, Ashawn Robinson, Tershawn Wharton. Now, obviously, Derek Brown and Wharton are the main ones. Bobby Brown in the middle. And then you're going to put Wanham, Bozeman, Jewell, and then one of these guys as the guys behind them, obviously, and then your true secondary, meaning your corners, safeties, the whole bit. When we go to look at the depth of this, we are extremely thin in a lot of positions. Defensive end for sure. Our true defensive ends are truly Tershawn Wharton and Derek Brown, and then after that, it is tough. Same thing with nose tackle. Bobby Brown is good. Really good. I think he really did better in the Rams system, and I think that could come back to bite us. But hey, this is what we're going with moving forwards. And then obviously the linebacker room leaves so much to be desired. I do think that obviously Princely's going to make it into the roster very quickly. I do think Nick Scorton is going to be the starter after we trade Clowney. I love the Lathan Ransom pick. J.C. Horn, again, coming off a Pro Bowl. Love that. Hopefully he can put together another healthy season. That's all I'm asking. Healthy is all I want. I do like the Chow Smith way, and the fact that he's a 7th rounder still on this team. I'm pretty sure he's the 7th rounder. No, he's the 6th. Oh, 5. 7 was Michael Barrett, who didn't make the team. They cut him before the season started. I know that because my buddy's name is Michael Barrett, so I'll never forget that one. Nick Scott is fine. I don't love him. Michael Jackson, I think it's hilarious that we keep picking, Bobby Brown, Michael Jackson, all these guys. I just think it's funny. Trevon Moehrig, I love. I would probably, if Nick Scott ends up being meh at strong safety, I'd probably flip the two and have him start learning more of coverage safety, meaning Ransom, because I think the opportunity of Ransom and Moehrig out there at the same time, two massive, just lay the wood hitters, would be amazing, especially against defenses. I am not a Josie Jewell fan. I am not a Trevin Wallace fan. I am not a Claudin Charles fan, nor Chandler Wooten. So I truly feel like that inside linebacker is a place that we need to fix big time. If I'm going to be honest, I don't want to put Princely in coverage. He's way too good as a pass rusher, and same thing with him. So, yeah, I would just put them on the outside, let them rush, and then I'd throw probably Josie and Trevin in coverage. Roseboom is obviously going to be out there. He's going to be in coverage. I'll have to look up coverage stats for a few of these guys. That's the one thing I haven't done yet. I really thought we'd be looking at a coverage linebacker, especially later, but there is the kid out of Fresno State, Tuasivi Nomura. In fact, is he on here? He is not. Tuasivi Nomura. This kid, Carolina Panthers linebacker. We signed him as an undrafted free agent. He's got some opportunity from college. Fresno State's it gives me a bit of concern, but 6'1", 221 rookie. I'm willing to roll him out there. I would personally rather put him out there than Claudin Charles or Chandler Wooten. So for that reason, I hope we do that. But we're being already told that this team is going to have a very subpar rush defense, where I feel like Derek Brownback, Bobby Brown, the pass rush coming in with Scorton and Uman Mielen, I feel like this is enough to really have a really great pass rush. And I feel like it's got an even better opportunity of a rush defense. In my opinion, Raheem Blackshear shouldn't make the team. I understand he's running back here. He's all about special teams. I want Jimmy Horn out there. And again, I would love to have Mohsin Muhammad out there as well. I think that this younger infusion of people is the better option rather than us going with Raheem Blackshear. Good player, but it's time that we start going younger. It's time we start building Carolina players first. Where was Blackshear actually drafted to? Was he drafted? Did we draft him? He got taken in by the Bills. Okay. Undrafted 2022, yeah. Like I said, give me Jimmy Horn. He was drafted. I already put out the really cool question the other day. If you don't follow me on Twitter, TikTok, or anything like that, I asked a question. Would you rather have prime Pat McAfee as your punter kicker right now, or your current punter kicker situation? Obviously, we have Sam Martin right here, at least doing both. I am going with, or Matthew Wright, I guess, place kicker. I would personally go with prime Pat McAfee. Just give me that. That's a simple and easy answer. But overall, as much as I don't love the 3-4 defense, more teams are continuing to play in zone. I do think that we still need a corner long term, and I do not believe that they're going to make the right decision on that. I think they're going to go with one of the players that I'm not necessarily high on, but hopefully it's just going to work with the system. I do believe right now on May 5th, 2025, so 5/5/25, that the Carolina Panthers are going to have to make an honest decision about their defensive coordinator. And I don't mean that from a perspective of he's going to be fired. I mean that from a perspective of that I believe he's going to get the opportunity with starting to interview in other places, and we're either going to allow that and he's going to take it, or we're going to allow it and he may decide that he doesn't want that, and then Dave and Dan might be like, you know what, we want to move in a different direction. So I do think this could be the final year of Ejiro Evero in Carolina, but I don't think it's going to be because of the defensive side of the ball. I truly believe it's going to be because he is going to show the immense turnaround from 2024 to 2025 with this defense. We're going to finish my initial prediction, pardon me. My initial prediction is that we're going to get top 10 in rush defense, top 10 in rushing. So this team is going to completely be around that mold, running the ball, stopping the run. Especially in division, we have to do that immensely. I obviously know the Saints don't have a prime running back, but they did go out and bring in some undrafted free agents. We obviously know what the Bucs have. We obviously know what the Falcons have. But this division is going to get harder when it comes to the run game. Obviously, the wide receiver game is already on point. We've got guys like Horn and Michael Jackson, Trevon Moehrig, and Ransom to help out in that secondary. As I've dubbed them, the Thieves Guild. I'm just happy with where we're sitting at right now as Carolina Panthers fans, as opposed to where we were last year. So, without further ado, it's been about 30 minutes. It's time to move over to this. So, actually, let me find something else while we're doing this. NFL divisions. NFL division tier list. NFL rankings divisions. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, so we're going to make this nice and easy. First, I'm going to do the divisions. Then I'll rank the... Actually, no, let's do quarterbacks first. I'm more in the mood to rank quarterbacks. Okay. So obviously I'm going to be looking at their entirety of their quarterback situation. We might have to pop open some ESPN and everything like that if I cannot remember their quarterback's names. But for most of these, I think I should be fine. Kyler Murray with the Arizona Cardinals is C. The reason why I'm going to put him in C is because I truly believe that he is in a opportunity where he can truly become something more than what he was. I do believe that the league has turned very sour on Kyler Murray from not only his antics off the field. Obviously, we remember the contract interjection, we'll say, when it came to saying that he needed to study film. He needed to stop playing Call of Duty, essentially. The running joke has continued to be that once the Call of Duty game comes out, Kyler Murray is going to lose. This is the year to really turn that around. You guys obviously had a decent draft. I think you guys had one of the better drafts, in my opinion. NFL draft by team. Let's see. Let's go pull it up. Okay, yeah. Walter Nolan, he was one of my favorite defensive tackles, so that'll help you out a lot. Shit, you guys actually did really well. Wow. No offensive guy besides Hayden Connor. I love this, if I'm going to be honest with you. Walter Nolan's one of the best defensive tackles in the league. Jordan Birch was rated as one of those edge rushers that was going to absolutely blow the socks off people. Will Johnson falls to a place where he never should have fallen in the second round, so that is going to be a big pickup for y'all. Cody Simon, I like the linebacker out of Ohio State. Denzel Burke, I was big time in on, so that's a big pickup for me. Again, the offensive guard out of Texas, I like, especially 6th round. And then Keaton Crawford falling all the way to the 7th round as a safety. I feel like you guys really, really cooked with this one. But when it comes to your quarterback, let me move this over here. When it comes to your quarterback, I feel like your quarterback is, there's a chance for him to make a jump. But right now, if you had to have me put it there, do I leave it at C? No, I'm going to give him a B. I feel like C, I'm going to really put some people down here that are not the best. So I think I got to put him a little bit higher there. He might be the end of the Bs. Might be a B minus. Maybe almost C plus, but he's there for right now. The person I'm going to immediately put above him is Michael Penix. I am in division with the NFC South, obviously, being a Carolina Panthers fan. The Atlanta Falcons have a lot of opportunity to really do something this year. Obviously, you take Jalen Walker out of Georgia. He wanted to be a Carolina Panther. Instead, he ends up in division with Atlanta, and now he's going to get his opportunity to take a crack at the Carolina Panthers twice a year. This is another draft I really like. James Pierce Jr., Xavier Watts. I'm not a Billy Bowman fan, but the Watts pick makes sense. Jack Nelson, the tackle out of Wisconsin, I thought would be an absolutely dynamic player on a team if he can get to the right place. I think he got to the right place. So for this reason, I really like your draft, what you're giving in the future. When it comes to your quarterback room, obviously Kirko and Michael Penix Jr., geez, I don't know why I blanked on that. I do believe that he is going to make strides bringing in Drake London. I shouldn't say bringing in Drake London. Bringing in him with Drake London. Kyle Pitts there, obviously. You do have some depth at wide receiver, but there's no true wide receiver too. So maybe I would look at that down the road. But I think you guys are going to be too good to find a great wide receiver in the future draft, meaning like a Jeremiah Smith, which so many people love. So for that reason, B is the place ahead of Kyler Murray. I don't think this one really needs a whole lot of introduction. I do believe that Lamar Jackson is a top 3 quarterback. And in my opinion, there will only be 3 in this S tier. Everybody else will be A. That's my thought process on the S tier. There's only 3 S tier quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson being one of them. And then if that's the case, I might as well make it easy and put, I was about to say Joe Burrow, Jesus Christ, Josh Allen in that category. The reason why I say that, these two up there, if you were to remove them from their team would still be decent, but they would not be constant Super Bowl contenders. Whether or not it's Josh Allen and what they're doing up in Buffalo, having the best offense, scoring the most points last year, or whether or not it's the Ravens continuing to stick to their identity as Lamar develops as a passer. They run the shit out of that ball and they win a ton of games. I do think this might be Baltimore's season to really push forwards and try and get that bowl win. So I think they're going to be all in on that. Let me go over here and check out their drafts as well. Malachi Starks, 10 out of 10 pick, in my opinion. Mike Green, I really liked. Emory Jones, so many people loved, so I'm happy for them. These later ones, you don't get a crazy amount of them. Obviously, Garrett Dillinger, I like. Building offensive lineman is 100% okay in my book. I don't care about any of those picks. Roger Longerbeam, I wasn't the biggest fan. Peebles, I love, especially in that center to help you guys out. LaJohntay Wester, wasn't the biggest fan, especially because Jimmy Horn was most likely still on the board, but you go take him. Tyler Loop, hey, if you're getting a place kicker, do your thing. And then Bilal Coney out of Western Michigan, I like. Buffalo's really trying to win now. That's why you go take multiple corners. Jordan Hancock, Dorian Strong, Maxwell Hairston. You're really trying to shore up that outside secondary. TJ Sanders and Landon Jackson, of course. Deontay Walker. Oh, so they go double defensive tackle, triple cornerback, edge, wide receiver, offensive tackle, tight end. Jackson Hawes, a lot of people loved. Obviously going to assist big in the run game. Again, never going to criticize an offensive line pick. Caden Prather, I think he could be really good. I do think that a lot of people slept on Elijah Badger out of Florida, but I have a little bit of bias there. So for that reason, I think this is a good draft overall. I think this is the right place to put them. He is one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league. So for that reason, I'm a bit... What am I? As much as I'm hesitant, I don't want to put Josh Allen there because I don't think he'll ever win a Super Bowl. I do think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, regardless of my opinion. Now, this is going to be the part where I get called a fake Carolina Panthers fan. This is going to be the part where a lot of people go, I can't believe you would do this. I can't believe. So, for that reason, we're going to pull up the Falcons depth chart. Okay. So, there's a certain quarterback out there that they have, Michael Penix Jr. Let's go look at his stats. 58% completion percentage, which I don't love. 7.4, 3 and 3, 4 sacks, 78.9 rating, 51 QBR. Okay. Decent, but now is really the year for you to push forward and figure out what you can do. 24. I do think he's got one of the prettiest balls in the NFL when it comes to deep balls. I'm a bit worried about the long term with Penix, but for this reason, I'm going to put him behind Michael Penix for now. I do think that this is the year for Bryce to truly make the step forward, and if he doesn't, he will be a C or D quarterback in 2026. He has to come out there and show a great mind. He has to come out there and see the defenses. He has to throw an obscenely low amount of interceptions. I need sub 10. And to be honest, I need north of 20 touchdowns. This 15 touchdown relying on rushing touchdowns to inflate your numbers, I'm not for. He's not a rushing quarterback. He is elusive. But if that's the case, then he's already a bit, I don't know. Again, I'm heavily invested in Bryce Young. I've got stacks of Bryce Young cards, autographs, graded cards and everything. Like, I'm in on Bryce Young. But at the same time, I need him to take that step this year. I'm not saying it's make or break. I'm not saying he needs to be cut. Yet if he was to move forwards this year and have a meh year, I would pay him. I'd pay him $45 a year, a little bit better than the Daniel Jones contract, 4 years. That'd be $180 and be done with it. Because there's no way at this point that I could trust him to be an $80 million quarterback in 2026. Now, obviously, we could keep dragging our feet and everything like that and try and ride this contract out, but I do believe he is a really good quarterback, and I feel like once he is under contract, he'll be able to fit into a different team a lot better if he ever gets shot down the road. I obviously don't want that. I want him to become Cam Newton 2.0. I want to win a Super Bowl with Bryce, but right now, he's in the B tier. When it comes to Caleb, I'm going to put him ahead. Oops, it's not allowing me to put him ahead of him. I'm going to put him ahead of the B-tier quarterbacks. If you really want to argue with me about that, first of all, I didn't look at our draft. I like the Carolina draft. I talked enough about Carolina. I don't want to waste your guys' time. The big one that I'm a big fan of here is the Bears pick. Luther Burden, which sucks ass that went to him. Za Frazier, Newman, Monagai, Trapillo, Shamar Turner, Burden. Like, this is a draft right now. They're going to let a lot of guys walk in free agency, I'm assuming. The reason why I say that, I want to pull up the Bears. Oh, sorry, I was trying to pull up their depth chart. Rome Odunze is obviously out there. Your running back room, obviously you can want more, but I really feel like you're not going to need that as much. It's going to be more about play action, what Caleb can do off script, and then, of course, what this defense can turn into. You bring in Penei Sewell's brother and Noah Sewell. Offensive line, you completely change about. Go out there, pay guys, make the trades, make it happen. So I love this pick for you long term. I do believe that is your starting three for a very long time. DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden. I think they're going to go 3 wide receiver quite a bit. But one of the things I want you guys to realize, the reason why 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in his first year, 3,500 yards. If people want to argue with me about why I'm putting Bryce Young behind Caleb Williams, go look at the stats. Still hasn't thrown 3,000 yards. Still hasn't broken 15 touchdowns. Obviously, last year he tied it with 15. First year as a rookie, 20 touchdowns, 3,500 yards. A higher completion percentage with more sacks than Bryce took in his first year. So I don't want to get the excuse. He had a higher rating, 46 QBR, higher than he had in his rookie year. So for this moment, I don't care what your argument is. There is no argument, logical argument, that you can give me that Caleb Williams is behind Bryce Young. And if you'd like to try, I would love to bring you on stream so you could try and make that argument. Joe Burrow is an A-ranked quarterback. The reason why I say that is because he is truly waiting for this franchise to give him the opportunity to move forwards. Jamar Chase is obviously an integral part of this offensive front. T. Higgins continues to show great opportunity. And then, of course, in the draft, you go 2 offensive linemen to try and protect Joe Burrow. And, of course, defense with the rest. Oh, I forgot. I thought it said linebacker. Running back out of Texas Tech. My bad. So, Barrett Carter, Demetrius Knight, Shamar Stewart. I do think these are solid picks for you guys. I don't know why you would pass on Mike Green, but the off-the-field things must be pretty bad since he fell all the way to your in-division rival in the Ravens, so in the second round at that. So that's a whole separate argument. But regardless, Shamar better pan out as a Bengal. You need to stop the defensive side of the ball. Trey Hendrickson needs to come back. You are in a bit of a holding pattern now. You're really hoping that Joe Burrow is able to push through and do more. But this might just not be the year. For that reason, he is an A quarterback for me. I think that if you were to make him basically any other franchise besides the 2 Cleveland franchises, he would already have a Super Bowl by now. I truly believe that. Now, obviously, he wouldn't have Jamar Chase, which I do think there's a bit of lost in translation when it comes to playing with Jamar Chase. Jamar is a fantastic wide receiver, but he has always had Joe Burrow at the NFL level, obviously. And then, of course, in college, I'm not sure who he had beforehand. There wasn't a big LSU fan. Still not a big LSU fan. That's my guys over at the Beer Run podcast. Shout out to them, Callie Cajun and Lil Dice. They're awesome. Truly awesome. I love going on their show every time. I just don't I don't know the future of the Bengals. And for that reason, I don't know if Joe Burrow can truly get them over that hump. I do feel like he has all the intangibles. I do feel like he's got a fantastic arm. I feel like all of those things are true. But at the same time, if he had fallen to a Green Bay Packers, they would have a Super Bowl. If he had fallen to a Steelers, they would have a Super Bowl. If he had fallen to the Lions, they would have a Super Bowl. That's how amazing I think he is, but I feel like the fit of where it's at and everything to do with where they at, he cannot become an S tier until he is either no longer a Bengal or until he can at least get himself back to a Super Bowl. Because I have made the prediction right here on this channel that Joe Burrow will never make it back to a Super Bowl, let alone win one. So for that reason, he's going to be my number 1A quarterback for the moment. The Browns have an interesting opportunity here at quarterback. The Browns have 5. Hurt Deshaun Watson, who they overpaid. Owner has acknowledged as such, said it was his mess up. But you can't really go back. You can't take the extension away. You can't get back the draft capital, so you're stuck. You then move down to the previously traded to, now Super Bowl winning, Kenny Pickett. Hilarious that Kenny Pickett won a Super Bowl before some of those other guys. Actually, he won them all because he's the only quarterback in that draft. Or in the first round of that draft. So, yeah, that's absolutely bananas. Moving forwards, you also have Joe Flacco. Again, the Flack attack coming back. Then you draft Dylan Gabriel ahead of Shedeur Sanders. I don't think that's a great decision by you guys. I do think Shedeur can be your starter pretty quickly. I do think that you need to get to the point where maybe, you know what, let's go look at it. Browns cap space calculator. Let's go to over the cap. Let's see if we cut him. Holy shit. Dead money, saving 131 in cap. So what if I cut post 1? 54 million. Whereas if I cut him pre-1, 6-1. Okay. So that's my question. So if we get to 20 here, and then we cut him post 6-1, it's still 80 million in dead money. Holy shit. Cut pre, it's 130. So when I come back here and we cut post 6-1, it's only 46. Cancel. Cut pre 6-1. Wow, that is bananas. What if I cut him post 1? Let's see what it would look like. 2026 would still be 11 down. So let me undo that then. Let's go to 2026 and we're going to cut him post June 1, submit. Only 6. Undo 25. I want to cut post June 1. I mean, it fucks your cap this year. Would they let them do that? Would they just let them go negative 29 million cap, then let them go negative 11, and then in 2027 they turn it all around? I mean, you're not letting them wait till 2027, right? Because if you cut them pre, you still have the 6 million. You cut them post. Oh, that's a trade. Cut post 6-1, submit. Still got the negative 6 million. Trade post 6-1 or cut post 6-1. You can't cut him. So he's got to be traded. To be honest, give him up for whatever the fuck someone's willing to pay for him. Because if that's the case and you do the trade post 1, it messes up your cap for 2026. You're probably going to obviously have to make some moves next year, but that gets you out of the Deshaun Watson business in 2025. 2026, you roll forward with whatever rookie you have, Dylan Gabriel or whatever. unless you got a new quarterback, in which case you would have drafted, because you'll have the Jags pick and your pick. I think that's solid. The Browns are going to remain in C. When it comes to B, I'm going to put him behind all these guys. You know what? Kyler Murray's better than those two guys now that I think about it. Kyler Murray is better than Michael Penix, and he is better than Bryce Young. Dak is better than Bryce. Dak is better than Michael Penix. I don't think he's better than Kyler Murray. So for that reason, he is going there. I don't know what they're going to do moving forwards. Let me see if I can't actually pull up over the cap. Let's go look at the... Not the Carolina Panthers, the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see. So obviously they can't do anything with him. Let's go cut post 1. You kind of screw yourself. 2026 trade post 6-1. Okay. So that's solid. That keeps your... No. Trade post 6-1 makes sense. So trade post 6-1 here, submit. You'd be $5 million in the hole in 2026. Why is that? Is that long-term dead cap of Dak Prescott? Because if not, you trade him post 6-1 here. 10 to 50. That's a big jump. Yeah, you screw yourself there, but look at the long term. Why are you negative 101? Oh, because I haven't announced the salary cap. I start exploring a trade for the Cowboys. I understand that might not be the best thing long term, especially since you got help in the guard. You obviously replaced the retiring Zach Frazier. Donovan Ezeraku falling to you guys is absolutely amazing. Siobhan Ravel, another one being a previously rated, top 1 corner, meaning first round. Jaden Blue I do like as a running back, though he is a little short. Shamar James. Again, not going to criticize offense or defensive line ones. You can always use more of those guys, obviously. And then Phil Monfa out of Clemson. So solid there. I do think Dak is a better quarterback, but right now I don't really know where he's at with that. Bo Nix is better than all those guys. I do put him up there. Bo Nix was absolutely able to come out there and prove all the haters wrong. The excessive amount of snaps in college is what you need for a quarterback. Who was a 4-year starter in college that immediately came in and did well at the next level? God, it was this kid from Iowa State. Most people know him as Mr. Irrelevant. Oh, yeah, Mr. Brock Purdy. Sorry, I was being facetious there. Brock Purdy came in after playing 4 years as a starter and was able to immediately start in the NFL. Obviously, some injuries happen. He gets an extra offseason. He basically sits the entire first year, but he was ready to go. I am super happy with that. I love the evaluation of longtime starters trying out in the NFL. And without getting too much into it, I'll get into it after this when I get into my whole spiel. I do believe that there are more failed quarterbacks than there are quarterbacks that fail franchises. So for that reason, Bo Nix is going to be there. Jared Goff is at the point now where he is doing really well in the system and everything like that. But I'm going to be honest, if you were to put Jared Goff on another team, I don't think he works out really well. I do think that Jared Goff is about to take a big-time step back with no Ben Johnson, no Aaron Glenn there. So both offense and defensive coordinators go away. The room is interesting with Hendon Hooker and everything like that, but if Goff is removed, the Lions are absolutely out of playoff contention. So for that reason, I'm putting him there. When it comes to this, Jordan Love, he is definitely going to be the head of the B category. I'm a diehard Packers supporter now. I will 100% be upfront and honest with all the Packers fans out there, Tom Grossi and all, that I was not a fan of Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. I think that they showed a very poor character, not only being good at football, but also the off the field stuff. I do agree that Aaron Rodgers dirtied the ball too much. I do think that his legacy is heavily influenced by his willingness to just give up on a play or something like that. So for that reason, I can't really put him in the GOAT category. He's outside the top 10 for me, but some people think he's one of the best quarterbacks ever. So for that reason, I'm not really going to argue with that. I do think he's better than Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Penix, and Bryce. But to be honest, he could be in the A tier now that they finally took a wide receiver in Matthew Golden for the first time in 22 years. I just feel like he really benefits from the Packers' stability. And I believe that if you were to put him on another team, he would not be able to do as well. I think the Packers organization is one of those organizations that really stabilizes quarterbacks. So for that reason, I'm going to put him ahead of the B. CJ Stroud is the one that is going to piss a bunch of people off. I do think he's better than Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, and all these other guys, especially as of right now. I think he's got a fantastic decision-making. He's bigger, stronger, faster, which is always my want. Josh Allen's up there for a reason. I do think that the Houston Texans will win their division this year. I do not think that there is a real chance of it going anywhere else. Jacksonville's going to be an interesting one, but we'll get to the tiers or the division list at some point as well. I'm probably going to take the Texans to win the division, though, with Jacksonville finishing second, Colts finishing third, Titans finishing fourth again. I could see a scenario where the Colts tanking by playing Daniel Jones and allowing Cam Ward to sneak ahead of them so this way they could be fourth in the division and increase their draft stock. So that's going to be a whole separate thing. The Houston Texans are not doing that. They are ready to win right now, or at least they're trying to. You bring in – you guys just went out and got a wide receiver. You guys took both of the Iowa State. Jaden Higgins, Jalen Smith, or Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel. Sorry, I was reading Jaden Smith. I do like that. Lots of J's, huh? Jalen Reed, Jalen Smith, Jalen Noel, Jaden Higgins. Ariante Irisay is absolutely a fantastic pick. This was one of my favorite tight ends coming out of the draft as well. Luke Lachey, however you want to say it, out of Iowa. I was absolutely a believer. Keontae Hamilton, I really like out of Rutgers. Again, not going to criticize those center pieces. Graham Mertz is an interesting pick to back up Stroud. Yet at the same time, I feel like it's a really good one. And then obviously, depending on who you went and picked up as undrafted free agents, that could change up quite a bit as well. This one is absolutely D tier, actually. I was going to go C tier, but you know what? D tier. AR could have been something great. He's going to need time to develop. If the Colts give up on him already, there's obviously something glaringly wrong. So that gives me pause. Daniel Jones is not your long-term solution. He's nobody's long-term solution, even though I'm a diehard Duke fan. He's not it. So what are you doing at quarterback? There's obviously opportunities. Could you bring back in Joe Flacco? Could you make a trade for some of these bigger quarterbacks that maybe people don't want anymore? Obviously, there's some that I would fade. But for right now, their quarterback room is probably one of the worst in the league. I would absolutely put them behind the Browns. I do not think that there is an opportunity for the Colts to be contenders into the division unless the renaissance of Daniel Jones happens, which if that's the case, I don't know who had that on their bingo card, but if you did, you deserve to go buy a lottery ticket. Moving on to that one, Trevor Lawrence and everybody. I love Trevor Lawrence. But I'm going to be honest, fit matters quite a bit. Trevor Lawrence went there, got stuck with one of the worst coaching situations in my opinion, and if you want to fucking start with me and try and say that Frank Reich was worse, I will physically fight you. Urban Meyer was the worst quarterback in the NFL, arguably ever. I don't think there's anybody that I can even put in his realm right now that comes to my mind. If you told me that the Jaguars were going to put Dan Snyder as the head coach, I think that might have been a better choice than putting Urban Meyer. Urban should not be allowed around children. He should not be allowed to coach at college. He shouldn't be allowed to do any of that. He should be one of those guys that we just look at and say, we appreciate what you did for the game before, but the game has moved away from guys like you. Go do something else. Go write a book. Stay on TV and talk to people. Just stay the hell away from kids. We do not need your toxic everything continuing to permeate to all these different places. Please just go and retire and go hit up your barmaids or whatever the heck you want to do. You're not needed in college anymore. Thank you for what you did, though. Obviously, Patty Mahomes. I'm trying to look and see if there's anybody I'm going to put about that. No, I'm going to put Patty Mahomes here. Multiple Super Bowls. multiple MVPs. There's really nothing I can say about this. I'm a Chiefs supporter, though I love poking fun at the obvious sore spot you guys have regarding Taylor Swift. I do think that Travis Kelce has taken a massive step backwards. I do not foresee him being anything major. In fact, I've seen him falling out of the top 5 for fantasy drafted tight ends, so that should say quite a bit. I do think that they have an opportunity to rebound big time, but the idea that they're going to be some 13, 14 win team is not going to be the case. I do think the division just got considerably harder, especially with the acquisitions of some of the later teams like the Chargers, which we'll be getting to after this. Overall, I do think the wide receiver room is fantastic. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football right now, regardless of what anybody wants to say. I'm, again, a big, huge Lamar Jackson supporter. And I can't even put him number 1. It's Patty Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Justin Herbert is better than Trevor Lawrence. You know what? Let me start fleshing some of these out. Bryce Young is not better than Jared Goff. Penix is not better than Jared Goff. Okay. I think I feel confident with that. Let's bring it back down to C. It's got to be. I want to put him above, but do I think he's better than Dak right now? No. Trevor Lawrence is in a better position. The Chargers, which is the team we're talking about, are in a better position. Okay, so I feel confident about this. Going to the Chargers pick up an amazing running back. I don't care what anybody says. If you were sleeping on Omari and Hampton, you are an idiot. Who else did they get? Mickens, who was supposed to be a Carolina Panther, according to so many people. Keandre Lambert-Smith, I like out of Auburn. Kyle Kennard, Jamari Caldwell, Trey Harris, which a lot of people love. Big, tall, wide receiver, like 6'4", 6'2". Well, I always say 6'4", but one of these guys was... No, I must be thinking about another team. Who am I thinking of? Who was the big-ass wide... Oh, Isaac Tesla to the Lions. That's right. My bad. Trey Tesla is obviously good. Omari and Hampton's going to absolutely run the shit out of the ball for them. They're going to play ball control football, play defense. They obviously lost Bosa to the Bills, so that helps them, but also loses them a little bit. I don't think Justin Herbert is truly the answer because I do believe it's going to go the Carolina way of playing defense, running the ball, making good, timely throws, play action, and the whole bit. I'm not asking you to win the game. I'm asking you to not lose the game. The Rams probably have 1 year left with Matt Stafford. I do think this is his last year of being a massively relevant quarterback. I do not know why they did not explore the opportunity of bringing somebody else in. If I'm going to be honest with you right now, and you told me that I had to pick a quarterback for them to win playoff games with, of course it's Matt Stafford. But if you told me Matt Stafford went down in week 8 and they had to go out there and make a quick decision at quarterback, I believe they still have Jake Fromm on the roster or something like that. You're not going to go with him. You're not going to go with any of your backups. I feel like that would be a perfect landing spot for a 1 or a 2 year deal for Mr. Kirk Cousins since Stafford's on a year-to-year deal. Let Kirko come out there and do all that. But I don't know, man. Devontae Adams and everything might be able to revitalize a bit of Matt Stafford. So for that reason, he's staying in my A category for now. Raiders and Geno. I think Geno's better than Jared Goff, Michael Penix, Bryce, and whatever is happening in Cleveland. You're obviously getting a much better situation with Pete Carroll and everything like that. I'd love to put you lower. I really would. I'd love to put you behind my guy, Bryce Young. But at the same time, I do feel like you're in a much better situation. You're an established quarterback. You've got some pieces, Brock Bowers and stuff like that. But in the long term, this is going to fall pretty quickly. I do believe that the Raiders are going to obviously move in another direction at some point, but Geno is a starter for now. He, like I said, is better than these guys. So for this reason, I'm going to put him right there. Tua, I am not a fan of. I think that Tua is... Actually, you know what? Shedeur is better than Tua. Fuck it. I'll say it right here. Shedeur Sanders will be better than Tua Tagovailoa. I do not believe in the Miami Dolphins long term. Miami decided to not really protect Tua in the way that they should. And then, of course, they go out and get that 7th round demon in Quinn Ewers. Ollie Gordon comes onto the team. You get help over the top with Dante Trader. Jason Marshall continues. Jordan Phillips. The steal of the draft at the offensive line and Jonah Savignaia out of Arizona, and then of course Kenneth Grant, the defensive tackle out of Michigan, who so many people loved. You did everything besides truly protecting your quarterback at the highest level. I probably would have taken another offensive lineman a bit higher, maybe in that Jordan Phillips spot. But hey, there might have not been a top tier one available at 5. Obviously, there's quite a bit of trades here. I'm not really sure they're capital long term, but obviously they've got something to think about. Maybe they're waiting for next year. I'm not sure. This Savignaia pick should help out quite a bit. Again, he's my sleeper offensive guard. He's absolutely insanely huge too. So I just don't think that Tua has the ability to get it done this year. I don't believe in Tua long term. I honestly am going to put the next quarterback considerably higher than that. I'm going to put J.J. McCarthy here. Again, fit, 10 out of 10 fit. Jay Jettas, Jordan Addison, great run game, putting pieces together on the defense, and most likely they're going to be rolling forwards with J.J. McCarthy, as the rumor is that Aaron Rodgers is going to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers and has had a silent handshake agreement for a bit. Now, obviously, that's what I predicted as well, right here on the live stream. But at the same time, I need to see it first. Right now, the starter is J.J. McCarthy. Right now, the backup is not really anybody to write home about. You have offensive weapons. You have a coach of the year. You have so much opportunity. But it's still the Vikings. That division still got bigger. That division still got harder. And if you think 14-3 is the ceiling or is the floor, you guys are crazy. I think this team has a chance to be a wild card team if they're lucky. So for that reason, he's going there. Drake May is better than them, better than them, better than the Browns, the Vikings, them. I believe in Vrabel quite a bit. I believe in Harbaugh more than I believe in Vrabel, though. So for that reason, they're going to go here. Drake May's in a fantastic situation, really helping themselves out in the draft. Let's sneak over here. Yeah, offensive line help for them going back there. Okay. I wasn't a big fan of their draft, so that's kind of why I skipped it. Will Campbell is obviously ready to lay his life down for Drake May. Joshua Farmer, I love. Jared Wilson, the center. I feel like you guys might have had one of the best drafts. Trevion Henderson falling you to second round, pick 6. Kyle Williams, third round, pick 5. Jared Wilson surviving all that long is a bit insane. Braden Swinson as well. I feel like until you get some of these later ones, even though I just don't know Ashby. So maybe that's just it. But all these other names, I absolutely did a bunch of research on. Didn't do any on place kickers, but hey, do you thing. So for that reason, I do think that they are going to do absolutely amazing at the next level. Saints. The Saints might have a worse. The Saints have a worse quarterback room than the Colts, and probably have a worse one than the Dolphins, in my opinion. When we go to look at Tyler Shuck moving forwards, Spencer Rattler I thought could be a decent one in the right system, but clearly not. The Saints are back to being the 8s, man. I don't really know what to say here. Draft was good. Let me go back. NFL draft by team, since I accidentally closed it. Let's scoot on down here. The New Orleans Saints. Kelvin Banks I like. Tyler Shuck was just the stupidest pick in my opinion. I like the later ones. Fadil Diggs. I love Quincy Riley. I take that back. Danny Stutzman I've seen mocked a ton. He's supposed to be really amazing. Sanker was one of those guys that I really liked as well. Vernon Broughton, another one. Devin Neal. So many people loved. I just feel like great pick, shit pick, decent, good, great, good, good. So, good draft. Don't love the draft. This is about quarterbacks in this tier, though. So, for that reason, they are dead last. Jackson Dart better than... Nope. That's where we're going with that. The New York Giants... Yeah, I feel pretty confident about this. All 4 of those teams have a pretty suck quarterback situation. I would, again, continue to put the Browns over. I do believe in Shedeur. I don't know why, but I really have something there deep down in my heart for that dude. Same thing with Dylan Gabriel. Somebody's going to figure it out in Cleveland unless they just continue to just piss it around. And if they do, that's on them trying to farm that pick to get a better quarterback in the next draft. Maybe a Nussmeier or somebody. Maybe a Drew Aller. I'm not sure. But if so, they need to worry about some other positions before they worry about a rookie quarterback. The Jets, I feel like they're better than all these. They are in the high D, though. You know what? You're better than Shadur. You're better than J.J. McCarthy. I'll leave it there. Jets are in an interesting situation. I like their draft. Don't love it. Let's pull the draft up. Armand Membu, one of the best tackles in the draft. I do love that. Arian Smith. Yeah, I'm not an Aaron Smith guy myself. Malachi Moore, I love. I really wish he would have been on my Carolina Panthers. Azira Thomas, fantastic corner out of Florida State. Mason Taylor, a lot of people loved, especially at pick 210. Yeah, Taylor's the first 100 reception, 1,000-yard tight end in LSU history. That's kind of crazy. Good draft. Justin Fields is your quarterback, though. Does leave me a little pause. I do think that if he's going to rebound anywhere, it's going to be in the Jets, because I think the Jets are primed to just have somebody work. Just had their previous draft pick, Jordan Travis, retire because he never recovered from his college injury. So for that reason, I feel a bit sad for him. Otherwise, though, yeah, I don't see them doing anything too crazy this year. I probably see them picking pretty high in the next draft. Jalen Hurts is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's better than Matt Stafford. He's better than CJ Stroud. Their draft, absolutely insane. I don't know how they keep being allowed to do this bullshit. But the teams just keep letting the Eagles get these fantastic guys. Jihad Campbell was the best rated coverage linebacker in the draft. Fell because it might have been some off-field stuff. I want to say it was an injury. Regardless, Jihad is going to be absolutely amazing. I originally had him mocked to the Buccaneers. The fact that he didn't go there blows my mind. Makuba, another great pickup. Ty Robinson, I really liked that in Nebraska. Mac McWilliams, I am not a big fan of, but if he's going to work anywhere, it's going to be in Philly. Smail Mondon, good one. Drew Kendall is good. Kyle McCord going here is really great. I think he's going to spend a year or two behind and really develop, and then might be a long-term solution as either a backup here or a long-term solution someplace else. I do believe that he could be in the right place to learn from the right people. Again, never going to criticize offensive linemen. And then Antoine Powell-Ryland, so many people liked. 6th round, pick 33. Can't knock anything at that, I got to say. Just great draft overall. Jalen Hurts is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Behind Joe Burrow, Burrow does deserve that. But overall, I feel like this is kind of fleshing out pretty well. Obviously, we're seeing some blue blood franchises like the Cowboys fall. I would love to put Bryce Young higher, but am I saying he's better than Kyler Murray? No. Trevor Lawrence? No. Drake May? No. Even the guys in front of him, Jared Goff, has he proved more than Jared Goff? No. Has he proved more than Geno Smith to this point? No. So for those reasons, I'm liking where we're at. Next one, the Steelers. I'm going to judge the Steelers on where I believe they're going to be, which is Aaron Rodgers. So for that reason, he's going to be the head of the C category. He's a good quarterback on paper. He's a great quarterback in your locker room for some folks, apparently. I fucking hate Aaron Rodgers. The minute Aaron Rodgers retires, the NFL will be a better place. Aaron Rodgers has continued to put a black spot or a negative connotation, whatever you want to say, on the NFL, from the vaccine hesitancy stuff to the constant injection of politics and everything into places where they just don't need to be. I don't believe that he should have to be quiet. He's allowed to talk about whatever he wants. I'm not saying it's a shut up and dribble situation. I think that they should be allowed to speak about whatever they want. It's just not my cup of tea. Continuing on that, I do think the Steelers are poised to win long term. I think that win is with Will Howard, if I'm going to be honest. Sit him a year behind Aaron Rodgers, let Aaron Rodgers go out there and teach him the system, teach him how to be a professional, and then roll next year out with Will Howard unless you guys have a top-tier pick or unless you guys decide to make the trade for Kirk Cousins. But do remember that if you bring in Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins ain't going there. The Seahawks, Mike McDonald, former offensive, or was he the offensive or defensive coach for the Ravens? I think it was a defensive coach from the Ravens. Sam Darnold's here. Backup is Jalen Milroe. Y'all going to hate this, but I'm going to put the Seahawks way up there. I'm going to put the Seahawks at B. The reason why I'm going to put the Seahawks as B is I truly believe in the depths of my soul that Sam Darnold or Jalen Milroe can not only make it to the playoffs, but win. I think Jalen Milroe at the next level as a Seattle Seahawk could win. And that's coming from a dude who didn't even think he'd make it in the NFL because I was like, oh my God, they're going to overdraft him. He's going to end up at the Titans. He's not a Titan. He's not any of these other teams. He is a Seahawk. That is a fantastic pickup for you guys. Okay. Moving over here. Offensive line to help. Jalen Milroe in the third. After you take Evan Worry, the freakish safety. After you take Elijah Arroyo, the tight end that so many people loved. Riley Mills, defensive tackle, liked him. Torrey Horton's the tall wide receiver out of Colorado State. Yep. Robbie Ozitz. Why'd you take 2 tight ends? Okay, I mean, he's an Alabama tight end. I'll take him. Again, never going to criticize offensive tackle, offensive guard, anything like that. Ricky White down the road from UNLV. I've heard great things about him. Damian Martinez. Ooh, I like this little thing you guys got going on. Yeah, I like it. Again, the protection for Sam Darnold, the protection for Jalen Milroe. I think this is going to be one of those teams that you're like, wow, how did this just happen? How did they come out here and do this? Who are their running backs? Who are their this? Who are their that? Seahawks depth chart. Because obviously they got rid of some wide receivers in free agency. That's right. They went out and got Cooper Kupp and MVS. Yeah, I'm all in on the Seahawks this year. 10-7. Probably a wild card team, if I'm going to be honest. Probably fighting to get in there. But regardless, I like where we're at right here. Him leading the B category so far is where it's at. Only to be usurped by division rival Brock Purdy. I put Brock Purdy in the top 10 because this is obviously going to finish out my top 10. I do think that he's in a fantastic situation. I do think that fit matters more than anything. Kittle decides to come back around, even though they were offered a second-round pick during the draft to trade Kittle. Purdy is continuing to show progress moving forwards. I don't know why I keep closing this. My bad. 49ers, Mykel Williams, I really like that. Again, one of the things that they lost was Adam Peters, who was their big draft guy. So they're really needing to turn it around and bring back that intenseness to the defense. Alfred Collins, Nick Martin, Upton Stout, Mykel Williams are immediately going to be able to do that. Jordan West as well. I love the Curtis Rourke pick down the road. It means that they're not necessarily, I don't want to say happy with Purdy, but they're at least saying, hey, we're going to bring somebody else in here to train and everything like that, just in case Purdy gets hurt, which he has been quite a bit. So expect Curtis Rourke to maybe make a debut at some point, maybe not as a starter, probably as a fill-in, but he is a big, interesting one to the 49ers. That's going to be the guy to watch with this team. Again, I love Mykel Williams, all these other picks up here. I think it really changes the identity of the 49ers. But again, we're talking quarterbacks here. Brock Purdy's up there ahead of these guys. The Bucks. Where am I putting Baker Mayfield? It's not just Baker Mayfield, though. Who's their other backup quarterback? Oh, yeah, that's right. They went double wide receiver, double edge, double corner. I do think the defense gets better. Wide receivers, obviously, off the chart. You go out there and get pass rushers as well. I want to put him right there. I want to put him ahead of Jordan Love. So that's what I'm going to do. Yes, I'm going to put him there. The reason why is I do believe that he's going to win more at the next level. I do think he's going to probably win the division again. Wide receiver core is off the charts, and then Mika, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. You also have Jalen McMillan, who is the breakout from last year, who I thought could be absolutely amazing. He's one of my sleepers. If you followed me last year, you probably picked him up in your sleeper leagues because I was a big advocate of his, just like I was a big advocate of Bucky Irving the year before. It's not just a Bucks bias or anything like that. I just truly believe these guys are going to be awesome at the next level, especially Baker ahead of Caleb Williams and some of these other guys. A lot can change this year. I do believe that Cam Ward is better than most of those guys right there. Yeah, I do. Cam Ward is better than AR. He's better than Tyler Shuck. He's better than Jackson Dart. Number 1 overall pick for some goddamn reason. It's the quarterback bias, obviously. People are picking quarterbacks because they need it, whereas I really believe the better pick was Abdul Carter for the Titans, or trading out of the pick and let somebody else trade down to the Giants, take Abdul Carter at 3, trade down to the Browns. You could have taken him at 2, but obviously they didn't decide to do that. They decided to go with Cam Ward. I think they're going to be in the top 5 again. right here. I have them picking in the top 5 again. So for that reason, I'm just going to move on to the Commanders. I am going to put him here. I am going to put him ahead of Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is considerably older. Matt Stafford is going to be in a situation where he may not be there long term, so this could obviously change it up. Obviously, this is the 2025 quarterback tiers is what I'm doing. I think this is pretty solid overall. I think this is really where it should be. I'm probably going to end up putting Jaden. Yeah, do I have to? No, I'm going to do it. Put it here. If Jaden can come back and really show everybody who he is, he can come back and throw another. God, what did they do? What did he do the first year? Wasn't it 26? Something like that. 25. I was close. Come on. 25 touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Obviously a fantastic starting year. Almost 70% completion, 100 rating. Only got better in the draft. I'm a bit sad about that. Commanders are finally going to be good. They apparently might be getting a stadium here soon too. And the rumor is that the Commanders draft will be at the Washington Memorial. So if that's the case, I'm definitely going to that. That'll be a can't miss for me. I love Trey Amos coming out. I think he's going to be absolutely amazing for y'all, especially now that Lattimore is rumored to be on the way out, essentially. In fact, this morning I posted on Twitter at Roll Coverage Pod on Twitter. Make sure you go follow us over there. I said, or I shouldn't say I said, I found an article where they were talking about it. They want Lattimore out, or at least that's an expected person to possibly be out. If that's the case, the rumors that he might head to Carolina, I'm totally down for that. Let him come down here. Trey Amos is going to be a solid change for that. Kane Medrano haven't done a whole lot of it, and same thing with Krosky Merritt. So for those reasons, I'm just going to kind of let them be. I think this is a good draft for you guys long term. There's nobody else for us to pick. So this is my... Hell yeah, let me just download this. I'm not going to save any of that. This is my top 10. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, Matt Stafford, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold. I mean, obviously it's a Sam Darnold-Milroe connection since this was on quarterback rooms as a whole as well as their fit. So I like this. I think it's a solid overall list. I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, I want to appreciate anybody, literally anybody who's been here, anybody that's dropped in for even just a second. Thank you so much for coming by. I'm very happy to continue to be doing this. And overall, I think we did really well with this. Now, this is going to be the one where I get to rub some people the wrong way. Why are there multiple people on here? You know what? I'm not even going to mess with this then. Not even going to mess with this. Let's go hit up Twitter real quick. Let's go see what the Carolina Panthers subreddit community has been talking about. Actually, you know what? Let's do a draft. I'm in the mood for it. Why not? Go to fantasy. We're going to do a quick draft. I'm going to join a public league. We're going to draft right now. Snake, PPR, Pro. Starts in 3 minutes. Let's edit this team name. If you guys over go follow me, it's Roll Coverage Pod on X, RC1. Now, if you ever get the opportunity to find me on ESPN Fantasy, I got 2 accounts. Got the one on my phone, got the one on the PC. The one on the PC is Roll Coverage Pod on X. The one on the phone is Roll Coverage Pod on YouTube, or YT is what I put. But regardless, we're just going to sit here and wait for this to pop up. Oh, I got a bunch of shit I got to answer after this. Oh. Okay. Only got a bit. Got to make some phone calls after I'm done streaming, I guess. Let's see. 2 minutes. What do you think we're going to do? I think I'm going to go with my normal 4 running backs. Then we'll start looking at wide receivers. I do believe there's so many good wide receivers down the road that you really can't bet unless you're going with like a Malik Neighbors of who's really going to be fantasy number one wide receiver. I believe that the long term is to take the running backs. Yes, there are some rookies that are going to be able to get some starts, but if you get lucky and take Jaden Blue and Jaden Blue ends up being the starter of the Cowboys by chance, hey, congratulations to you. You're probably going to get him in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round. I'd rather take Saquon Barkley. I'd rather take Derrick Henry. I'd rather take Bijan and Chuba and guys like that. Guys that I know are going to be absolutely dynamic at the next level. But regardless, we're just going to sit here and chill. I'm going to roll some coverage real quick. Let's go. Let's go. I think here soon I'm going to start streaming some games too. I've been playing more Madden. I suck at playing Madden if I'm going to be honest. But I've been playing the shit out of it. And to be honest, I got back into Destiny. I haven't played Destiny in a minute. I literally have right next to me, if I could turn it around, there's a 32-inch monitor. I would love to just hook it straight up and start streaming it as well. We're going to see about that here in the next few months. Working through some other things. As you guys know, my wife has a dying organ, so we're really focusing on that first. But regardless, I just want to say again, thank you to SC's Panther Boy 803. Thank you to anybody that was able to come by, whether or not you were able to pop in the chat or not. That is okay. I just want to say again, thank you to everybody coming out, anybody watching anywhere. This is just something I enjoy and very happy to share it with other people. See, got 22 seconds. Let's get this. Hopefully nobody leaves and we have to restart this timer. And if so, I'm going to go get myself another cup of coffee. Come on. I don't care about pre-draft rankings, man. We're here to win. And just so you guys know, I do 50 fantasy leagues. And this year I'm doing 50 32-team fantasy leagues. But I said, hey, why not? Let's come on here. Let's do some redrafts as well. Obviously, there's going to be 10 or 12-team redrafts. It's going to be interesting for sure. It's Miller time, I guess. I am pick 4. I hate pick 4 because it means I'm going to have to wait quite a bit for that second running back. But let's look at the running backs and what we're looking at. I don't think anybody's going to go crazy and overdraft like a Bucky or a Derrick Henry. So I think I'm going to let a Derrick Henry slide and just take BPA running back. And again, I'm going to fade quarterbacks. I am a fan of taking quarterbacks late. I really, truly believe that somebody like a Drake May is going to have a good enough season as opposed to, say, a Baker Mayfield, as opposed to, say, what you're really hoping with these guys are rushing. Rushing. He's just going to throw the ball a lot. Throw the ball plus rushing. Throw the ball a lot. Throw the ball plus rushing. Throw the ball plus rushing. But I really want to pair him with a wide receiver, so that's where I'm going to try and get that value. Now, obviously, there's opportunities down the road. I'm going to fade some teams. Obviously, quarterbacks, my own Carolina Panthers. I'm not going after Bryce Young. I know. I should be taking Bryce Young, blah, 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 blah. Still don't care. Regardless, a lot of people are auto-picking. Even better. Ooh. Let's see. If they go straight running backs. No, somebody's going to take Jamar Chase. If Jamar Chase falls to 4, I'll take Jamar Chase. How about that? Pick 17 has me picking in this area. So, yeah. I'm going to wait and take a Derrick Henry then or something. If Jamar falls. If Jamar or Jay Jettis falls. I don't think there's any fucking way Jay Jettis falls, but hey. I'm going to start this draft here in literally a minute. Got about 30 minutes left on this, so I figure we'll just draft the rest of the time. See where my head is at. See maybe where I can make some improvements. Obviously, doing 32-team drafts, you really got to be on your stuff. That's how I've really become a lover of of not only college football, but professional football. College, you really need to watch all these teams. Again, guys like Isaac Tesla, Elijah Badger down the way, where these teams were kind of fading these tall, dynamic, long-term wide receivers. I don't necessarily love it, but hey, it is what it is. I can't believe Malik Neighbors is so low. It's only because it's redraft. If it was Dynasty, Malik Neighbors would be considerably higher. He should be, at least. He's my Dynasty wide receiver number 1, so. Let's go. Knew it, Jamar Chase. Does he take Bijan? Who does he take? Come on. Take a wide receiver, mother. Oh, Saquon Barkley is coming home. Let's go. Hell yeah, I'm taking with Saquon Barkley. You're crazy if you think I'm going to fade him. Like, get the fuck out of here. Okay, since it's going to take a second, I'm going to run to the bathroom. Hopefully I can hear it in the other room. Get the coffee ready when I'm doing it too. Shout out, everybody. Appreciate you. Man, this shit ain't moving at all, huh? Yeah, we still got a few picks. Oh, I got some autos coming up. I can't. Oh, wow. Somebody finally took Genty. Come on. Come on. Come on. I need 18 to fall. I need 18 to fall. Come on. You can do this. Oh, Quinchon's down there. Devon Achane Brown. Let's fucking go. Derrick Henry. I'm going to take another running back, I think. Let's see what we're looking at. Wide receiver. Drake, Ladd. Okay, so we got some decent ones still. If I go wide receiver here, I go Ladd. Right? I'd really like to get James Cook, though. Okay, I'm going to try and run to the bathroom. Since this is... Okay, I heard one of my picks got taken. Ladd McConkey is going to be the one that I end up taking if I don't take somebody else. I'm going to take Ladd McConkey. Maybe I should have taken Drake London. Fuck. Didn't even think about that. I just didn't think that he would be there that late. Damn. Interesting. Devontae, wow, goes before T. Higgins. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm going to go snag Breece Hall before anybody sees that he's there. Come on, come on. Let Breece Hall fall to me. That dude is dynamic. I don't give a shit. Play that dude at flex. And then I'll take a late running back to supplement my fourth running back because I'll take a wide receiver after this. And finish out that wide receiver group. Joe Mixon, DJ Moore, let's go. We're taking Breece Hall. Let's go. 3 running backs. Brees Hall, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley. Doing pretty well with that. Ooh, Tetaroa's down there. Quinshad Judkins. I feel like Chuba's going to be really good. Marion Hampton. Should I have passed on Marion? Whew. God, there's some good wide receivers down there. He took Joe Burr so early? Come on. Travis Kelce is 63. Travis Kelce is behind Sam Laporta. Quinshon Judkins. Because they still don't have a running back in there, do they? Do I go wide receiver? Do I take a JSN? Fuck no, I take Quinshon Judkins. Yep, I'm sorry. I faded you, Chuba. I had to. Oh, I forgot my milk. Shit. Huh. I want Tet. I do. But do I want Calvin Ridley more? Jameson Williams might be the pickup. I'm not sure. Who's going to fall to me? Wow, somebody overdrafted Tetaroa. I'm going to take Jameson Williams. Ooh, there's Matthew Golden. You can obviously see the people I believe in. Trevion Henderson, let's mother go. Those are my next 2 picks, Golden and Trevion Henderson. Then I'm going to take a quarterback. I'm going to take Jay Hervey. And then I'm going to take a tight end. I really want to take Colston Loveland, if I'm going to be honest. You know what? Let's make that our little 4. Let's see if we can get all 4 of these. So my next hope is Matthew Golden. Then after that, I'm looking at Trevion Henderson. I don't know if I could pass up Jordan Addison, though. J.J. McCarthy, they're going to need to throw the ball more. E.J. Hawk, Jaden Waddle. Jalen, I thought I said Jaden Waddle. Cooper Kupp could be another good one. Addison or Golden? Barkley, Henry, Jameson Williams, Quinshon Judkins. If I take this, I'm not taking another one, so that's fine. I'll let Golden fall. I will let Golden fall. Gadaboo, Keon Coleman, Travis Etienne. No, I'm gonna go with Jay Herbs. 77 and then 85. Okay, so let me see if I can still snag Golden. I'm gonna try and take them in order. I'm gonna try at least. Took DeAndre Swift, Jerry Jeudy, George Pickens. Man, the Black Panther out here. Shout out at Panthers Topic on Twitter. I tweeted that I want Asante Samuel, and NFL insider John Frashella at NFL Frashella, I think. Yep. Asante's a good fit for Carolina and 4 to 5 other teams, and I definitely don't think we outbid anyone else. Damn. But that makes me sad. He won't be injured. Bojangles. Okay. Trevion Henderson. Matthew Golden. I want another running back because I do feel like he's going to be the running back there. But the Vrabel system might want to run him and Ramondre back to back. I'm just going to take Cooper Kupp. I'll get him off of here. Yeah. To be honest, the only reason why I really want to get J Herb too is to pair him with Lad McConkey. So if I feel like he's going to fall, he's not going to. Oh, that's fine. Henderson went. Okay. I'm fine with Henderson falling to somebody else. It sucks, but it is what it is. Matthew Golden went as well. Fuck. Stephon Diggs, Javonte Williams. About to pick again. You know what? Give me Etienne. Come on. Now I just need him to fall to 97. All I'm doing now is praying to God that Justin Herbert falls to 97. Jacoby Myers, Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy. Don't take Justin Herbert. Don't take Justin Herbert. Don't take Justin Herbert. Don't take Justin Herbert. Come on. Do not take him. Let me pair these two together. Otherwise, I need to think about Jared Goff. I need to think about somebody like that. Okay, Mark Andrews went. We're getting closer. If we go BPA with these auto picks, we're going to be good. Don't take him. Don't take him. Jonnu Smith. Oh, that was close. Come on. Auto pick all these dudes. Come on. Come on. Don't auto pick Justin Herbert. Don't auto pick Justin Herbert. Jawan Jennings. Kyler Murray. Let's mother go. We end up securing our quarterback of the future, Justin Herbert. I'm happy with that. Colston Loveland is our next pick. Who's the tight end? Chargers depth chart. Do they not have a crazy tight end or anything? Will Disley and Tyler Conklin. Yeah, you guys don't have anybody. Do I also take Tank to handcuff him with Travis Etienne? I think I'm going to take Colston Loveland. And then if he swings back to me, I might take Caleb Williams. Really need another quarterback, so I'll let him fall. If he falls out of my realm, then there he goes. Damn it. Oh, Drake May's still on the board. Okay, we still got some positions. We're still good. Tight end, I am good at. Defense and tackle now. Now I might as well just fill out my last 3 flexes. Bishal Tootin, Jaden Blue, Dallas Cowboys depth chart. Devontae Williams, Miles Sanders, Jaden Blue. Ooh, that's an interesting one. I do like Jaden Higgins long term. Tyler Warren is probably going to be my next pick just to piss everybody off. And then I'm going to probably look at a running back. There's no higher guys that I really just, oh my God, I need this guy on my team. Woody Marks, Nick Chubb. Yo, if Nick Chubb signs anywhere, he'd be a fucking fantastic pick. Braylon Allen could be a decent one. I feel like with Quinshon, ETN, Barkley, and Henry, I feel like that's a solid 4. I need one more. I do. I need 5 running backs. Do I take Zach Charbonnet as the... I'm going to let Tyler Warren come to this team. They're going to be so pissed. But why the fuck you have 2 tight ends? Come trade them for me. Okay. Now I need a wide receiver. Oh, fuck. Oh, sweet. I can actually bend backwards now. Sweet. Now I can actually sit comfortably. Ba, ba, ba. Speaking of, at the end of this, I'm going to be bringing down the live stream. Again, I stop it at around 11 o'clock every day, sometimes a little bit before, sometimes a little bit after. Some duck wide receivers down the road. I'll probably take Adam Thielen if he's still there, if I'm going to be honest. No point in overthinking this. No point. What is this? Oh, this is a card I got to send to somebody. God dang it, I still got to do mail today. Actually, speaking of shout out, dude still on the board. Xavier Leggett. Cool little card there. Got another one here too, just because. Pretty cool looking ones. Hey, puppy. Hey, puppy. You want to go outside? We're going to go outside here in a minute, okay? Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Okay. We're going to go outside here in a minute, okay? I promise. I promise. We're going to go outside, okay? Oh, I know. You stink. You'll smell like skunk. My freaking dog got sprayed with skunk like 2 weeks ago, and I've been scrubbing her every day trying to get it out, and it's just stuck in her fur. Rashad Bateman's available. Yeah, I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. Adam Thielen, you are on this team now. My last one. Do I want to go wide receiver, running back? Trey Benson. Roshan Johnson. Marshawn Lloyd. Kareem Hunt. I might take fucking Nick Chubb with his last pick. If I'm going to be honest with you. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the quarterback. I just saw Drake May come off the board, so I might as well take one. I'm going to take J.J. McCarthy. So it's going to be J. Herbs or J.J. McCarthy. Then we're going to go take a defense. I'm going to take the Eagles defense because why the fuck not? I think that's pretty solid. Yeah, let them take that. My last one will be just whatever pick. Probably a late round wide receiver or a running back that might see the field if a mass amount of injuries happens. And if that's the case, I am happy with that. Overall, I feel like we did really well. Just to recap, quarterback is Justin Herbert, running back Saquon Barkley, running back Derrick Henry, wide receiver Ladd McConkey, wide receiver Jameson Williams, tight end Colston Loveland. My flex is Breece Hall. My defense is hopefully going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. Kicker, we're going to get there when we get there. Bench is looking like Quinshon Judkins, Jordan Addison, Cooper Kupp, Travis Etienne, Tyler Warren, Adam Thielen, and whoever ends up in that last spot. I want to know your thoughts on my grade for this draft. Put them in the comments below. Put them in the chat. Definitely want to see what your guys' thoughts are. Okay, pick coming up here in a minute. Hunter Henry. They're still taking quarterbacks. Let's go snag J.J. McCarthy. Jordan Love goes now. I just can't wait to put my stuff up there. I got to find a frame. I got it literally right here. It's right next to my desk. It is a signed Charlotte Sting. Got all the players, got all the signatures. Super excited to put in something. I'm probably going to end up reorganizing this office anyways. I'm going to get rid of that bed today, I think. I think today's the day. Oh, there goes my guy. Block. Of course, it goes 2 beforehand. Steelers' defense is not going to be good. Texans' defense? Packers' defense. Screw it. I'm going to take the Texans' defense. Oh, I can't take anybody else. That's right. So I have to take a defense. Whatever. We'll take the best available in the Texans. Kicker. Dicker the kicker. Oh, well. We're getting ready to wrap up this live stream here in a minute. I'm going to show you guys who I drafted. I want to get your thoughts, and then we're going to log off here. Again, I feel like I did this right. Let's go to his stats. He was a 1,000-yard receiver last year. I'm cool with it. Plus, that division just got a lot harder. They're going to have to throw the ball more. Come on. Pick 157 coming out. Let me take Dicker the kicker. If not, I'm going to go with Tyler Bass. And if somehow he is also gone, I will go with... I'm going to go with the Carolina kicker, Matthew Wright. Never mind. Cameron Dicker the kicker is there. We're going with Dicker the kicker. We're done. Let's get this all over with so I can see what my draft looks like. Let's go. Look at that team right there. I'm going to enter the Miller sweepstakes, however the hell I do that. Campaign not found. Sounds cool. Exit that draft fence since they kind of screwed me. Hell yes. Let's see the first team we're going up against. Again, Justin Herbert, the starting quarterback, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Ladd McConkey, Jameson Williams, Colston Loveland, Breece Hall, the Texans defense, and of course, Dicker the kicker, Quinshon Judkins, Jordan Addison, Cooper Kupp, Travis Etienne, Tyler Warren, Adam Thielen, and J.J. McCarthy on the bench. I feel like I freaking cooked in this one. I cooked. Let's see the first guy we're going up against. Jay Herbs against Bo Nix. CMC against Saquon. RJ Harvey against Derrick Henry. Ooh, I like that little pairing you did there with the quarterback and running back. I like that a lot. You're probably going to get that's probably going to pay off big time for you long term. Wide receivers, I still feel like I beat you, but hey, this is saying it's the other way. Ladd McConkey and Jameson Williams against Devontae and Nico. Sam Laporta against Colston. Xavier against Breece. Bucks against Texans, Chase McLaughlin. Oh, hey, it's saying that he is getting the advantage, but I have the plus comparison somehow, so I will take it. Let's go down to the bench. Ooh, higher projection as well on the bench. Interesting. Might need to do some swap outs here. This one's having Tyler Warren at 8.4, so even look at that. It's even got Colston Loveland over that. I am excited for this. Let's fucking go. Might have to make some trades down the road, too. I like J. Herb and McConkey. Man, who else could I put in there? So if I put in JJ, I could put in Jordan Addison. Okay, so those are going to be my 2 picks. Okay, interesting. I like where I'm at. Again, this is at Rural Coverage Pod on Twitter. at Roll Coverage Pod on YouTube. Everywhere you can find me at Roll Coverage Pod. I think YouTube is the only one where I might be at Roll Coverage, but that's going to change soon. Going to do at Roll Coverage Pod on everything. Cannot thank you guys enough for staying out and hanging out with me. Hopefully everybody was absolutely able to enjoy the live stream. Again, going to continue to do it Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I cannot thank you guys enough. To the one person that was here today, you have my thanks. Cannot wait for tomorrow's live stream. Hopefully you guys are ready. My name is Nick, the host of Roll Coverage, a place where we talk about sports for sports' sake. Have a great rest of the day. Peace.